Okay. Yes, we're on YouTube Live. If you're joining us on YouTube Live, please make sure that you also click the subscribe button. And yes, you'll be the first to know when there is, something new right there. But as I said earlier, it's five ways to love again uh, after a heartbreak. Well, it takes a lot of guts and confidence and vulnerability to be ready to love again when you had a major heartbreak. It takes a lot of gut. Some people were damaged forever as they could not seem to move past the last breakup. They couldn't just get over it, and they became damaged for life. Some even, got married. Yeah. Some, got married, but hey, but the tenderness and ability to love completely and give themselves, you know, fully to the relationship is gone. They may even be fortunate to be involved with someone who is madly in love with them and is ready to give up everything for them. However, they just can't seem to reciprocate that feeling. In fact, they feel bad because they can just get back there again. They just can't be there again, or they don't even know how to in the first place, right? The way we process grief and hurt is different from each other, okay, based on our temperaments, personalities, childhood. We say it regularly that we're a product of nature and nurture, okay? Yeah, upbringing, and of course, a major past experience. Now, some people bounce back from a heartbreak in a matter of days. Yeah, in a matter of days. Some take months, years, and some take forever. All right, whichever category you fall into as a person, well, it's really not your fault, but you will do yourself a lot of good, a lot of favor if you can get over your previous heartbreak. So let go and completely fall in love again with the person who deserves it. And we say it regularly that forgive people not because they deserve it, but it's because you deserve peace. Right? So this would help you live a better life because the benefit of being in love are enormous. It's beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. Lovely. Yes, so I'm going to be sharing five things you need to do. Okay, so number one, grieve. Yeah, make sure you grieve over the heartbreak because your heart was broken and it hurts. It hurts really bad. If the pain can be unbearable, you need to, carve out time to actually express your emotions so that you can feel better in the nearest future. Now, if you can cry, please, by all means, do so. Cry. If you would feel better, being alone, you know, be better. Be alone. Isolate yourself for a while. Then please indulge yourself. Repressing the hurt or covering up with other activities would only give you temporary relief as you are locking up a box deep down in the river of your mind. Someday, and it always will, it will come afloat and the contents will spill everywhere in the water. And that is when you can experience irreparable damage like being numb to your feelings, frigidity, trust issues, and much more. Yeah, so it's possible. If you feel like isolating yourself, do that. If you feel like crying, cry, but don't let it be too long. Don't let it be too long. And don't, bounce into another relationship almost immediately. There are people that's how they get over a past relationship. And then what they are trying to avoid keeps reoccurring. Yeah, why? Because you never took time to do an appraisal, check yourself. Okay, how did I get here? How did I get here? All right, number two thing you need to do is seek closure. Seek closure. Not everyone can get over a heartbreak on their own. Not everyone. Some people need to talk to professionals who can help them get closure. Some people just need a little bit of time, and they can put closure on the whole incident. Now, because a heartbreak happened 10 years ago doesn't mean that you have gotten closure over it. Aha. If you don't get closure, you would never get over it. And it would always show up in your life and new relationships. So, getting closure is letting go of all the hurts and bitterness from the last painful experience. So get closure. And this is something that cuts across, okay? Not just when you have a heartbreak. If something you lost a dear one, something happened in a relationship and it's beginning to, form a certain mindset for you, is because you have not totally and properly closed that door. So seek closure. Get professional help. You've been raped and you've not talked to anybody about it, you need closure on that matter. If you don't get closure, it will keep reoccurring. It will keep reoccurring. All right? It will always show up in your life and new relationships. So get closure. Getting closure is letting go of all the hurts and bitterness from the last painful experience. Number 3 thing you need to do is change the meaning. We say it regularly on the show that nothing means anything except the meaning you give to it. Nothing means anything except the meaning you give to it. Human beings, we are meaning-making machines. Okay? This one, this is one of the tools in therapy that can help you get over a terrible incident almost immediately. It has helped me, forgive my immediate past and the people that has hurt me. Okay? It has helped me a whole lot. All right? It has helped a lot of other people who they were in a relationship with this guy, and then the guy was still in a relationship with them, and they just found out that the following day he was getting married. Some of them were, suicidal and all of that, but getting into therapy and helping them change meaning was really profound. Okay, so get to that place where you can change the meaning of what has happened to you. All right, if you can do that, it would help a whole lot. Okay, it would help a whole lot. All right. Okay, that's let me run through again. Number 1 is grieve. If you've had a heartbreak, if the marriage went south, grieve about it. All right, it's an abusive marriage, and you don't think going back is the best thing to do. So grieve about it. Number 2, seek closure. Number 3, change meaning. Now, it helped someone, forgive his immediate past ex who impregnated, someone else, and then told them to keep the pregnancy. All right, that he will no longer marry that person just a few months to their wedding. And then the baby was aborted, and exactly 1 week he broke up with that person, only to get married about 7 months later to that person that he said he was breaking up with. Okay, so the experience of that, when in therapy, realized that this breakup was a huge blessing, because you would see that you wouldn't have met, he wouldn't have made that fantastic husband. All right. So most of the time we don't understand when some kind of things happen. We can't explain it, but because we are narrow-minded and we don't seem to want to see the other side of what has happened, it becomes heavier on you. But in therapy, when you are made to see how you can change meaning and how things can be better, then you fly, oh my God, oh, wow, thank goodness, I never, So from there, it becomes a lot better. Okay, so change meaning. Number 4, open your heart. Now, it is so easy to completely put a lid on your heart when you have been heartbroken. All right, it's very easy to just cover it up and say, you know what, never again. However, it would be a great thing for you to open your heart after grieving, getting closure, and changing the meaning of that incident. It will be very easy. So open your heart to new possibilities, because there are still good people and true love out there. Because you've had 5, 10, or 14 heartbreaks doesn't mean that everyone is the same. So people just shut their hearts to love, and before you know it, so much time has passed and they don't even know how to open it anymore to someone or something. At that time, things get so complicated and they become old, lonely, and bitter. I'm sure you don't want that to be your story. Okay? You don't want to be, old, lonely, and bitter. So it is now that you have to do something about it. Okay? And number 5, and the best of them all, is love again. If you have the capacity to be hurt, it means you have the capacity to love again. You may just have buried it deep somewhere, and you need to find out from where you buried it. Okay? Love heals if you allow yourself to feel again. Okay? You also have control over your mind where it all happened. You need to, will yourself to begin to show affection again, and you will know that you can love and feel happy all over again. Every one of us have that inherent capacity to love and give in completely to it, but we just need to activate it. Love is beautiful, very, very beautiful, and therapeutic. Don't leave this world without experiencing this very awesome feeling. Don't leave this world experiencing it. And don't allow someone else's activity or foolishness become your reality. Someone's opinion about you doesn't have to become your reality. So you need to fight it. You need to make up your mind and say, you know what? I'm going to give it another try. Okay, but the best way to go about it, seek closure, grieve. If it's painful, bring it all out. Don't bottle it up. Don't use another person as a bounce back or as a rebound. No, face it. And when you do, make sure you come out looking shining. Okay, so if someone treats you badly, don't worry. Don't worry. Think of that person as like a sandpaper. If you know what is sandpaper, yeah? When you start using a sandpaper, first of all, it's always very hard and, looking all good. But when you begin to apply the sandpaper on the wood, you start to apply it on the wood. You start to apply it on the wood. Before you know it, at the point of application of the sandpaper to the wood, it's not beautiful for the wood. Okay? It scratches and, makes the wood, not too good. But at the end of the day, the sandpaper ends up worn out and ugly, but the wood at the end of the day ends up very smooth and polished. Very smooth and polished. So when anybody hurts you, just think of them like the sandpaper. They may rub you the wrong way, but you reserve the right to say, you know what? This is going to make me better. It's not going to make me worse. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to move on and try again. You just have to keep trying. Don't throw in the towel. Now, if this made sense to you, please subscribe and give us the like button. Give us the like. Yeah. And I want to say thank you for finding out time to join us on YouTube Live. Thank you, and God bless you. See you at the other side.